Have you ever wondered why some nations seem to lag behind others, despite having abundant resources and potential? Take the Philippines, for example. This Southeast Asian archipelago, nestled in the Pacific Ocean, is a treasure trove of natural resources. From its mineral-rich soil, teeming with gold, nickel and copper, to its waters, brimming with a diverse array of marine life, the Philippines is a land of plenty. Add to this the industriousness and resilience of its people, and you have a country that, on paper, should be thriving. Yet on the global stage, the Philippines is often painted as a weak country. But why? Why does a nation blessed with such abundance and potential struggle to assert its strength internationally? Could it be the chains of its tumultuous history still weighing heavy upon its present? Perhaps it's the socio-economic struggles, a complex web of poverty, inequality, and uneven development that hold it back? Or maybe the answer lies in its political landscape, marred by issues of corruption, leadership, and international perception. Could it be that these factors combined have created a paradoxical situation where a country rich in resources and potential is perceived as weak? But let's not rush to conclusions. It's easy to look at a country's challenges and label it as weak. However, such labels often oversimplify complex realities. In our journey to unravel the enigma of the Philippines, we'll delve deeper into these aspects. We'll explore the historical chains that have shaped the nation's trajectory, the socio-economic struggles that it grapples with, and the role of political leadership in shaping its international perception. In the end, we'll also look at the potential for strength, because despite the challenges, there are countless stories of resilience, innovation, and progress that hint at a different narrative for the Philippines. So why does the Philippines struggle on the world stage despite its potential? Let's delve deeper and unravel this enigma. Can history shape a nation's strength or weakness? In the case of the Philippines, it certainly does. To understand this, let's delve into the historical chains that have bound this archipelago nation. Imagine the Philippines more than 3 centuries ago under Spanish rule. It was a time of transformation where the nation was molded by the hands of foreign powers. The Spanish introduced new systems, from governance to religion, leaving an indelible imprint on the country's cultural fabric. But this period was not without its tribulations. The Filipinos were subjugated, their resources exploited, and their identities, in many ways, suppressed. Fast forward to the late 19th century, and you'll find the Philippines under a new flag, that of the United States. This period heralded a shift in influence from Spanish to American. Education, language, and even pop culture underwent a dramatic change. Yet, like the Spanish, the Americans too exploited the country's resources and, in some instances, disregarded the locals' rights and freedoms. These periods of colonial rule weren't just chapters in a history book. They were eras that shaped the Philippines' identity. They introduced new systems and cultures, but they also left scars. Scars of exploitation, of oppression, and of struggle. These scars, in many ways, have hindered the nation's progress and development, contributing to the perception of it as a weak country. But it's not just the past that determines a nation's strength or weakness. The present plays a significant role too. In the Philippines' case, the colonial past has undeniably left a lasting impact. But what about the present? How does the nation fare today? Has it overcome its historical chains, or do they still weigh heavy on its shoulders? Does the current socio-economic landscape play a role in this perceived weakness? As we continue to explore, we'll find that the story of the Philippines is much more complex, much more nuanced than it might initially appear. History has indeed left its mark, but what about the present? Does the current socio-economic landscape play a role in this perceived weakness? Fast forward to the present day, and we find the Philippines grappling with socio-economic issues. Let's begin by pulling back the curtain on the harsh reality of poverty. It's a rampant issue affecting a significant portion of the Filipino population. A lack of resources and opportunities pushes many into the vicious cycle of poverty, a cycle that's incredibly hard to break free from. The question then arises, how can a nation be considered strong when a large number of its people are struggling to afford basic necessities? Moving on, let's delve into the issue of unemployment. It's not just about job scarcity, but also about the mismatch between skills and job requirements. Many Filipinos are forced to seek employment overseas, leading to a brain drain that further weakens the country's socio-economic fabric. How can a nation thrive when its most valuable resource, its people, are scattered across the globe? Next up is the matter of infrastructure. Poor roads, inadequate water supply, and unreliable power grids are just the tip of the iceberg. These issues not only impact the quality of life, but also hamper economic growth. Businesses are less likely to invest in a country where basic infrastructure is lacking. So how can a nation be seen as strong when it is struggling to provide basic amenities to its people and attract investment? These socio-economic struggles paint a bleak picture of the Philippines' strength, especially when viewed from an international perspective. But it's crucial to remember that these issues don't exist in isolation. They are interconnected, each one exacerbating the others, creating a complex web of challenges that the country must navigate. Socio-economic struggles are a significant factor, but can political leadership influence a country's strength or weakness? These struggles are undoubtedly a key part of the puzzle, but they are not the whole story. Our next chapter will delve into how political leadership and international perception play a role in determining a country's strength or weakness. Stay tuned. Strong political leadership can often steer a nation towards progress and strength. But what happens when leadership falls short? Well, the perception of a country's strength or weakness can often be traced back to its political leadership. Let's take the Philippines, for example. Over the years, the country's leadership has seen a gamut of styles and policies, each leaving its mark on the nation's international image. There have been leaders who've adopted controversial policies resulting in international scrutiny. Take the war on drugs, for instance. It sparked global criticism for alleged human rights violations, tainting the country's image. On the other hand, there have been leaders who have made strides in diplomacy, fostering relationships with other nations and international bodies. Yet these efforts often seem overshadowed by more contentious actions. Leadership style also plays a significant role. A leader who is seen as authoritative and combative may be viewed as strong domestically, but internationally this can raise eyebrows. Such a leadership style can create a perception of instability, often associated with weakness rather than strength. The Philippines' geopolitical location also adds another layer of complexity. Situated in a region of rapid growth and development, it's inevitably compared to its neighbors. When its leadership fails to match the progress of nations like Singapore or South Korea, it can be perceived as lagging, further reinforcing an image of weakness. Yet it's crucial to remember that international perception is not always a mirror of reality. The resilience and tenacity of the Filipino people often fly under the radar, eclipsed by the larger narrative of political controversy. In the end, the Philippines' perceived weakness is not just a product of its current political landscape, it's a complex interplay of history, socioeconomics, and politics. It seems the Philippines' perceived weakness is a complex interplay of history, socioeconomics, and politics. But is it doomed to remain weak? That's a question we'll delve into next. Despite being seen as a weak nation, the Philippines is not without its strengths and potential. Yes, you heard it right. The Philippines, despite its current struggles, is a land brimming with potential. Let's start with the Filipino people. They are known for their resilience, their ability to bounce back from adversity. Whether it's the aftermath of a natural disaster or the economic hardship, there is a certain toughness, a certain grit that defines the Filipino spirit. They are a people who can make the most out of the least. And this resilience is a powerful strength that can drive the nation forward. Moving on, let's talk about the geographical location of the Philippines. Situated in the heart of Southeast Asia, it serves as a strategic gateway between the East and the West. It's a bustling hub of trade and commerce, with its ports serving as crucial links in global trade routes. This strategic location, if leveraged properly, could elevate the Philippines to new economic heights. Now, let's not forget about the natural resources of the Philippines. It's a country rich in mineral resources, from nickel to gold, from copper to chromite. It's also blessed with fertile soils and a diverse range of flora and fauna. As a tropical archipelago, it has extensive coastlines that hold great potential for tourism and maritime industries. If managed sustainably, these resources could fuel economic growth and development. Yet it's important to remember that potential is just that, potential. Realizing this potential requires effective leadership, sound policies, and the collective effort of its people. It requires breaking free from the chains of history, overcoming socio-economic struggles, and improving its international standing. Indeed, the Philippines may be considered weak today, but it holds the potential for a brighter, stronger tomorrow. The road ahead may be long and challenging, but with the resilience of its people, its strategic location, and its rich natural resources, the Philippines has all the ingredients necessary to transform its potential into strength. In conclusion, the Philippines' perceived weakness is a complex issue with roots in its history and current challenges. We've traversed through the enigma of the nation, its historical chains, socio-economic struggles, political leadership, and international perception, yet we've also glimpsed the potential for strength. Remember, a country's current state does not define its future potential. The Philippines, like any nation, has the potential to change its course. Keep wondering, keep questioning, and subscribe for more amazing content. See you in the next video. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.